It's an extremely pleasant time of the year, late spring, and we're going to go on a little adventure. First, we're going to go up and test the hot water in Cougar Hot Springs. That's up the McKenzie River above Eugene, about 50 miles. The road is narrow and winding as we negotiate a few corners, and the next thing we know, we're by Cougar Reservoir Dam. We follow along the reservoir for a few miles until we come to an area where the hot springs are. The weather is great today, and so we're going to take advantage of that and walk up the trail to the hot springs. Soon we come around a corner and we see some cars and a little booth where you're supposed to pay $6 a person. The Forest Service has started charging this price. They've leased it out to a concessionaire. We don't like it, but I guess that's what we have to deal with. There's a little place where you can park right across the little lagoon from where you have to pay. Right on the other side of the little lagoon is a waterfall where a tiny creek tumbles down into Cougar Reservoir. As most places where you have to pay, the place is littered with signs. We get through with the must-dos, then we head up the trail through an old grove of fir trees. Some have fallen, and then we come to the hot springs. Volunteers have built some of the structures around, so when you come on a rainy day, you'll have a dry place to change your clothes. The forest floor is covered with a carpet of fern and wood sorrel. After the hot springs, we head on east. We're going to go to our daughter Annette's place and spend the night, and then the next morning we're going to be able to get up early and head up to Paulina Lake and test the fishing. Mount Washington, standing tall with a blanket of clouds in the background. Then, the next morning after we get to Annette's, we get up early, secure the canoe on top our car, and we're heading fishing up to Paulina Lake. Paulina Lake is only 16 miles from Annette's house, and it's a very pretty drive up to this crater lake. When we arrive at the lake, we find there's a little buck deer still out feeding a little bit. That way he can get those antlers out of the velvet, scratch that velvet off, and be nice and fat for the rutting season coming up in the fall. We waste no time getting the canoe in the water. It's time to get out there and see if we can catch some of those kokanee in this lake. We can see Paulina Peak shining in the background. As we paddle along in the canoe, a bald eagle sets atop an old snag on lake's edge. He's waiting for an unsuspecting fish. It looks like he's got one he's sitting there eating right now. Takes us only a short period of time to paddle out to the spot where we'll be jigging for kokanee. It looks like Marge is getting ready for one right now as we move through the pretty clear waters of Paulina Lake. Takes us only a short period of time till we have one of these fighting little kokanees on the hook. Marge is the first one to catch one of the shiny little landlocked salmon. They're a sockeye salmon that has been trapped inland, so they don't grow as big as if they had access to the sea. But boy, they are good. We each catch our limit of the sockeye, and then we head back for Annette's place to spend the night, and we'll be going up again in the morning and giving it another try with the canoe. We did well the second day too, and then we decide in a few days to make another trip over there, only this time we've bought a used Starcraft 16-foot boat with twin motors on it, and so we won't have to paddle this time, and we can go out and go around the lake wherever we want, and we have a bigger boat so we don't have to watch for waves or wind nearly as much. We have our grandson Carter along, and he wants to go over and try the hot springs out across the lake. So we motor over across the lake and give those hot springs a try. They're really hot water. It's almost too hot to use, but you can get down right next to the lake and mix a little lake water with it, and then they're not terrible bad. Although this isn't one of my favorites of hot springs, it's kind of hard to even soak in them. In the hot springs book, it says this is a dig your own hot springs. So you bring a shovel along and dig out a hot springs, and then the next time the wind blows, it'll blow that gravel right back in, and you have it all to do over again. The water's just a little hot for Carter. He didn't stay in that one very long.
I already tried that.
How was it?
Watch. Watch this, I'll see.
How is that one?
Good right here. When you get over there, it's hot.
What do you think of the hot springs?
Mm-hmm.
You like them?
Yes. Ah! Oh, that's the big gun.
How's the water?
Good.
Is it nice and warm?
Yes. Woo! Yes!
When we look out in the clear waters of Paulina Lake, we can see these volcanic bubbles of volcanic gas escaping from various places. In this spot, it's a crack in the rocks where these volcanic gases are escaping and wiggle their way to the surface. We've parked our boat, and so we get back in the boat and head back to Annette's place. We didn't do as well today fishing, but we'll give it a try again the next day. It was a lot easier to load the boat. It was just a matter of rolling it up on the trailer and heading out. We didn't have to lift that canoe up like before, and launching was quite easy. The next day, we're back at it again, heading for Paulina Lake with our little 16-foot boat. We back it up and launch it with no problem. It's very, very easy to launch this boat off the trailer. We're anxious to get her in the water and start catching some kokanee. The first day we went out, it was more or less just a shakedown cruise to see how the boat worked. But today we're going out and we're going to catch some kokanee. Real easy. You just back it in the water, float it off the trailer, and then we're heading fishing. I give it one all-important shove, and it goes back, and Carter's going to hold it along the dock till we all crawl in.
Okay, come on. Take a picture of it. Here, Tom.
Okay, bring it in. Take it out of the net so we can get a picture of it.
I thought you had an orange one on. Silver. Carter,
Here, hold it up where we can get a picture.
Carter, did you know that you have a blue and silver one? This is what he caught it on, a silver one.
I see him.
I see him.
Oh, is he pretty?
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I missed him. Did he get off?
Oh, shit.
He's right by me.
Look. See him?
Okay, take him out of the net and let's see how big he is.
Whoa. 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 Stop, fishy. Stop.
Are you ready to catch a fish?
Put your hand down off your face.
Are you your Grandma Margie's only good boy?
Yes.
The only one that's alone?
What?
Keep it away from the motor.
Oh yeah, the short fender's coming up.
We did well on kokanee fishing today and caught us a nice mess of these very delicious little fish to eat, and then back to the dock. We load the boat back up on the trailer and head back for Annette's place to have a fish dinner for tonight. We'll give this a try and the next day too. Since we did well today, maybe we can do even better the next day. And it's sure much easier to load the boat on the trailer than to have to wrestle a canoe up on top of our car.
For your trip around the world?
Yes, yes, we're trying.
We've never been in one before.
But I'm just going to say this boat, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Well, it would fit nicely in an airplane baggage compartment.
Row, you little woman, row. Whatever you do to... Hey, we're moving.
Two women were getting in a little rubber raft the first time they've ever been in one, and I figured maybe they were just on a shakedown cruise getting ready to cruise around the world. There's always some ducks around the boat mooring places, and this little duck, he's no exception. The next day, we're back out jigging for more kokanee as soon as the sun cleared the rim of the crater where we're fishing. And the kokanee are biting even better today. So we're going to load up on a few of these kokanee and have something around the house decent to eat. They don't grow very large in this lake. They're only 1 foot long, but still, that's plenty of fish for one person. If you cook one of these up, that's all you would want to eat for dinner. Carter couldn't get the knack of jigging for the kokanee, so we just put him on a worm and let him sink it down, and darned if he didn't catch a nice brown trout. Marge will get it out of the net, put the line back in the water, and as they're letting it down, another brown hits, but this time he gets it wrapped around everybody's line, and the second fish got away.
Hold him back a little ways. if I can get the fish in the picture too. Hold him up. Hold him up to your...
That's brown.
That's Kokanee.
Push his head.
Carter, you want to get him out?
Oh. Oh. Push him. Come on, boy. Oh, he's slimy.
Well, get him. We got to put him in the... Here, Carter.
His head is right there. He needs to be pulled out.
There's a rumor circulating around the lake that Carter is afraid of fish. I certainly hope this isn't true, but I'm beginning to wonder when I see him here. He's also supposed to be afraid of ducks. He claims that's a false rumor and that he's only afraid of chickens, not ducks. We're going to move on out again.
Now kind of get it over the side.
Paulina Lake is nice and smooth, and our well-tuned Evinrude motor pushes us along very nicely with Paulina Peak standing tall in the background. The boat slices through the smooth waters of Paulina Lake with precision as we head back to the dock to go back and cook us another fish dinner for tonight. For our 3-day fishing trip, we were fortunate enough to hit just absolutely excellent weather with nice calm lake conditions and just enough sunshine to keep it nice and warm, where we can even swim in the lake a little bit. We were always concerned that Carter may get a little sunburn, but Marge kept plenty of sunblock on him, and it never happened, and we kept his hat on him too.
9 today?
9.
Or was it 8? Oh, whatever it was pretty good.
We have iced our Kokanee down, so they'll be in really good shape. And also, Carter's Brown has been iced down as we move back in toward the place where our pickup's parked at the boat launching ramp. Back at Annette's, Carter takes just a second from his busy schedule to show off the Kokanee we caught in Paulina Lake, and of course his brown. That's a very important fish. They're all just slightly over 1 foot long, but they've gained some weight since the last time we were there. Then we leave the boat in Annette's garage and head home. As we were going over Santiam Pass, our clutch started slipping, and then it completely quit on top Santiam Pass. Fortunately, there's a patch of ripe huckleberries up on top. So while we're waiting for a rescue, Carter is going out and pick his mama a few nice ripe huckleberries. There wasn't a whole lot of huckleberries, but at least we found a few. And Carter's picking them to take them home to his mama so she can try some. We wait around for Ben to come for the rescue. Marge is talking on the phone, trying to find out how long it'll be. When you're waiting for someone to come up to a place like this, it seems like it goes on forever.
Ben came to the rescue. He's trying to get the car on the trailer. The ramp on the right side fell off.
With a little maneuvering, we finally get the car up on the trailer where we can head down the pass and head home and repair the car later.